Hello guys, welcome to the daytime stream guys. Real quick, if you don't know who I am, my name is Shadow. I stream every day, or as often as possible guys, usually on the weekdays. Uh, Happy Friday guys. We're going to be playing DC Universe Online. Real quick though, the daytime streams are at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. The nighttime streams at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The games vary. Right now we're going to do DC in the daytime for a little bit. The nighttime streams are Diablo 2. If you guys like the sound of that and you want to see me later on, feel free to give me a follow. We're going to continue on with the character we made for the playthrough. His name is Speed Feet. He is Quantum damage dealer at the moment. He's using Brawling for his weapon styles. We just hit level 30 yesterday. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. We just hit level 30 yesterday, and then I talked about well, I ranted about artifacts and things like that, right? You're gonna need that at some point, guys. My question is like, once you hit level 30, what do you do now, right? Technically, you're at the end game. You'll probably be around here in this House of Legends. Now they did direct me over here, right when I hit level 30, to Argus. I will check it out. I want to remind you guys that I am subscribed, so I don't know if a true free-to-play player, if it's going to give you this mission. Right, so I wants us to talk to Steve Trevor. And he gave us some stuff. I guess we're going to open it. We're going to take a look at the stuff. We'll look at this stuff later, guys. Right, we'll look at all this stuff later. And he gave us a box. Permanency gearbox. Let's open it up. Now, you have like maybe roughly a minute to choose which one you want. If you're completely new at the game and you don't know what role you want to be, I would say just pick damage roll. Uh, Best bet is just to pick damage roll while you're leveling up until you get to end game, unless you have your heart set on being like a healer or tank or anything like that. I suggest you just stay damage for now. And you'll get this damage roll box. I guess we'll open this box up as well. And you get a full set of gear, guys. It does clog up your inventory because they give you every weapon just in case you want to test the weapons out, I believe. And you get a patch here, you get a rank patch. So we're just gonna equip all the gear that we got. And it's in paramilitary style, guys. If you haven't equipped, collected paramilitary yet, this is a free whole set of paramilitary. You can see you get a feat for completing a whole set of gear. Usually, guys, if you see these things have styles, right, a lot of these styles are full sets. And getting a full set of armor will get you the feat for it. And you got an emblem. We'll just put that on. And we could take a look at it. It's a basic rank patch emblem. We'll take a look at it. Oh, we have some free ones. We'll unlock those later. We just want to get to the rank patch. And there it is, guys. Don't forget you can change the colors and everything like that. Right there. We're just gonna stay like this for now. So now that we've done that, where we've equipped all the gear, well, we need the weapon. I know the brawling is here. Somewhere. There it is. Right, so we have our full set of gear, we need the ring. I'm pretty sure it gave us 2 rings, didn't it? I mean, I would hope so. There you go. Oh, I guess there's the same CR, right? Because we did do some extra stuff at the end of our playthrough yesterday. We'll ignore the other weapons for now. Once you equip all that, you gotta talk to them again.
Open up that on-duty menu to either jump in quick with others or customize to search for specific months. Try it now. Oh,
And
keep in mind,
you see he tells you about your on-duty menu. You can open it up if you hit show me. If you hit got it, it'll just like close the menu. But for the sake of it, we'll just open this up. And they don't really give you any direction of what to do here, right? If you do latest episodes, it'll do like the latest episodes that are in the game. You can change the difficulty here. Right now it just keeps it in event mode. As you can see, is the best mode for people with lower CRs like us. So you would, if you want to just start doing the event mode, which is the latest content, you would just come here, right? Latest episodes. Change the difficulty to event. Make sure it's on event. It should say it over here on the right hand side. Right, and then you could just queue up and do those, and you'll be playing the end game uh, at an easy level, right? They call it event, but it's basically like super easy mode. And you can start collecting like the for whatever DLC happens to be the most recent one. You'll be getting the currency for that DLC. And I don't know if we have any death metal marks, but right now it's death metal. If you're watching this video, it might be something else down the line. If you're watching it on YouTube or on demand or something like that. So keep that in mind. You're not always going to get death metal. You might get, I'm not sure what the next DLC is going to be called, but let's say for the sake of it, it's called like junk metal, right? So you'll be getting junk metal marks in the next DLC. And if you don't want to do that, right, you can go to custom play, and custom play has all the stuff you can queue up for, right? The events, stabilizer fragmentation, that's going to be gone in a little while. All the one-player stuff that you can do at 30, as you can see. And this other things here, they are locked. So I am, if I click it, as you can see in the middle, I need to be tier 2, and I need my combat rating to be 60 and up. And it goes up and up for each tier. And you might be wondering how you get to that tier. Basically, you run your tier 1s, you run the 2-mans, everything you could run, and you should get gear that's at level. It'll like slowly build you up towards the next one, right? So hopefully if you do a bunch of solos and duos, you get enough gear that'll turn you into like tier 2. And then you start running these. There's also your 4-player events, guys. 4-player events, not events, I'm sorry. They're called alerts. 4-player alerts, they involve 4 people, obviously, right? And you're in a team, you go into an instance, you try to complete it. Um, the lower ones, you might not need roles so much anymore. You might get in there with like a lot of high-level people. So keep that in mind. They might be able to carry you a little bit. If not, you'll probably need to do a roll or have a roll. They're most likely a healer or a tank to get through it. We can talk about healing and tanking some of the time down the line. I think we're going to strictly keep it DPS, right? So hopefully as a DPS you'll get in there. There might be a tank or a healer. And then you just, you follow them around. You do what you're supposed to do on the map. You destroy the enemies, complete the content. And then eventually, you'll be a tier 2, and you could do everything under the tier 2 list. And then so on and so forth. You slowly get gear, and then you level up and you get to the next tier. You slowly get gear, you level up, go to the next tier. And it's the same play for 8-man raids as well. You get in there. There's going to be 8 other people. They are going to be live people, guys, right? This is an MMO after all. And hopefully you have a healer and a tank, and you can make your way through it. Keep in mind that at this point, now that you're level 30, you will need like a proper rotation, a proper loadout for your powers if you're going to be a damage dealer. You need to have some inclination of what you're going to be doing damage-wise, right? If you want to use your weapons and go weapon mastery, right, and use precision. If you want to go just your regular powers, right, from off the tray and like have a rotation of your powers. And there's some iconic powers here that you might want to invest into. They don't really tell you about this, but some iconic powers are powers that like the heroes and villains, like like legendary or iconic, right? DC heroes and villains have. So Superman's heat vision is here. His frost breath. Bane's Neo Venom boost is in here. There's a robot sidekick, which used to look like Booster Gold's robot sidekick. That's why it's called robot sidekick after all. And then eventually they changed the way it looks, so it doesn't look like the Booster Gold one, but it was based off of Booster Gold. We have the Clown Box, which was a move in the Gadgets tree that they took out the Gadgets tree for reasons. Excuse me, guys. I do have to hydrate. You have the gag glove, which is one of Joker's moves. It used to be in the gadgets tree. There was kind of a graphical overhaul, and they took these moves out, and made gadgets look a lot less nice when they did a lot of this stuff. I'll be honest with you guys, but it is what it is, right? So you have the gag glove over here. You have the clown box, which is a supercharge. You have some batarangs. You have Wonder Woman's Amazonian bracelets here. You have Black Canary Sonic Cry. You have Wonder Woman's Lasso here, which is a pretty decent pull if you're planning on going tank. It's a good single target pull. You have the Heartlight Shield, right? Green Lantern. You have Sonic Shout, which is another Black Canary move. It's kind of just like the ranged version of Sonic Cry. You have Pheromone Bloom, which is either Swamp Thing or Poison Ivy's moves. You just use kind of like nature plants to heal yourself, so I'm going to go more with like... most people would just say it's Poison Ivy, right? So we'll just go with that. You have Word of Power, which is Shazam's move. You're supposed to be yelling the word Shazam. You say a word of power, right? So you're saying Shazam, and lightning comes down and strikes you and heals yourself. And I believe gives you some POTs, power over times, guys. And then you have Super Strength, which Super Strength, guys, right? You can pick up cars, you can pick up boulders. I believe you can move a little bit faster. I would have to test that. And there's some staples everybody goes for depending on their role. A lot of people just go with the robot sidekick, which is not a bad point to invest into if you want to try it out later. And some people use Neo Venom Boost as a super. And then some people go Pheromone Bloom kind of to do some like advanced advanced supercharge clipping. Right, you do some Eye of the Gemini spam. We'll talk about like the artifact stuff later because that kind of makes me angry. But if you really want, you can invest a robot sidekick just to have a point into it in case you want to like try it out later. If you're running certain artifacts, you're gonna need heat vision. You can try out freezing breath. Freezing breath is not like a not too bad AOE move, area of effect. But we'll just have the robot sidekick for now. And we can take a look at him. Also, guys, when you spec into Robot Sidekick, you're gonna get two of them. They do exactly the same thing, except one is called Exabyte 2, and then basically one is gonna like mirror your powers, like so it's gonna look kind of like we can do an example, right? So this is the regular Robot Sidekick. You can see he looks like a robot. When he fires like you would expect him to. He shoots little missiles and things like that. And then we have, well, you know what? We'll go to some sparring dummies. Did I go the wrong way? I totally went the wrong way, guys. It's okay, though. It is quite okay. We're just gonna make our way over to the sparring targets. They're over here. So we have that robot sidekick. When you start combat, he will start attacking. You see he has a little shield, he has some range attacks. If you get closer, you see he shoots some rockets. I'm hoping he gets a little bit closer to the target. He does have some melee moves, guys. I guess he's not going to do it. So we're going to send him away. And then you have your Exabyte 2-1, which is exactly the same, guys. Wait, let's get out of combat. No, he's exactly the same. He just like mirrors, like, so I have quantum power, so he looks a little bit more quantum themed. And there's really no difference aside from just the way he looks and the way the attacks look. But they do, to my knowledge, the same exact amount of damage. But if you're like a cosplayer or a role player and you want like a more, you know, like you want it to look more like your power set, that is an option. So just make sure you spec into Robot Sidekick, guys, in summary, and then you'll have the option to pick any of those two robots when you're like specking into them, or when you're choosing them for your loadout, rather. Right. So just make sure you spec into this one, and then you'll get both of them. And other than that, it's straightforward. They want you to run solos and things like that. If you just want to run their new content, if you open up your map, right, and you go to the warp menu, the current one is usually like down around here somewhere. It's called Death Metal Washington, D.C. We'll teleport there. We'll take a look around. And we're keeping it kind of like fast and loose. So once you get in there, guys, you are scaled up. I'm trying to see if it lets you know, but it's not going to tell you, but you are scaled up. That way you don't die in here immediately. And you can run these missions, all the missions that are available, you know, the dailies. And we will take a look at some of the enemies, excuse me, very quickly. So as you can see, they scale me up. Look at my CR at the upper left-hand side. You see there's a 350 next to it. So they scale me up to 350 combat rating. And as you can see, I'm not just immediately dying, because if I were to walk in here, being like a fresh level 30, they would kill me. Right, they will kill me. So my damage is scaled up. Makes my life a little bit easier, so you can come in here and just start doing this and getting some marks. And start getting the gear that you would like to get. The gear is over here, guys. Let's take a quick look at it. So Lobo sells it. You can see there's some Bat Metal gear just starting out, and then there's the Amazon Metal. You can see the Amazon Metal requires me to be level, my CR to be at 350 in order for me to even purchase it. And, you know, I would have to actually be at 350. So you can get this just, you know, for collection or starting out. I would just keep saving your marks, guys, unless you really want these styles, which they're not too bad looking. Right, look at this awesome trench coat. Unfortunately, you can't zoom in, guys, so this is how it looks. That's why I'm kind of like glossing over it so quick, because it's hard to see. The trench coat is really popular right now, of course. It looks pretty cool. And you would just do the dailies, right? Each time you finish a daily, you get like a box, like a reward box and some couple marks. There's some bounties there. We will take a look real quick and see if there is a bounty up. I will pick all these up because I probably do them later on by myself. But you can do that, guys. Keep in mind that when you kill enemies and things like that, you'll be getting F medals and stuff, and you want to hold on to these medals because you want to raise your artifacts. We talked about artifacts yesterday. So you're going to want to work on doing your missions, getting F medals, completing your, you know, your quests, putting your F medals into your artifacts, leveling your artifacts up. If you're a damage dealer and you don't really know what to get right off the bat, I would suggest the transformation card is a safe bet. As we talked about it yesterday, it ups your crit rate and your crit chance and all that stuff, and it's pretty solid all around for most of the powers if you're just going to be using Might. It's not a bad choice. It's one of the meta artifacts. Uh, you know, I would say experiment, but those things can get costly, so I don't want to steer you the wrong way, guys. Right, and make you waste time and potentially money. If you're like a scoreboard chaser, if you really want to follow the meta, I would look up some YouTube videos. There's a lot better people out there than me who can explain it to you. Another thing you can work on is getting your feats done, guys. And if you hold the start button, right, this is how we're opening the wheel. You can open your deeds, and in these there's feats, and you can look at the solo feats, right? Hideout, survival, iconic battles. You could just read them, see what you need to do. As you can see at the very top, you need 100 feat points to get a skill point, right? And they call it skill points, right? But they kind of like rebranded everything, so it's called the stat point here. But when you go into here, it's called the skill point. Skill points and stat points are the same things, guys, right? And from here, you have like this tree. And for the sake of being super powered, we'll, you know, like just using our powers, you would pick super powered. As you see, it gives you a might boost, a power boost, and power regen. And then you would start working on your critical attack chance, your critical attack damage, and then your might and power. You can see you need 20. Well, you need to invest some points into here to unlock this one, and then you need to invest some points here to unlock this one, guys. I believe it's 10 apiece, which we're gonna go into now. We'll just do 10 to see if it unlocks. There you go. So you have the next tree down. And if you like, say you wanted to be a healer, you would, instead of doing this, you would do the critical healing, right? And then the restoration for heals. If you want to be precision, you would do like one of these, weapon expert, right? If you love using your weapons, and then you go down into there. Very straightforward. They don't really teach you about it too much, right? And we could go further into depth on that if you're watching on YouTube and you want to know more. We could do a video where I can try to explain it as best I can for you guys, right? But in the meantime, if you just want to use powers and you like using the powers off your list, this is what you would do. And then you start investing into might and power, guys. Try to cap these trees out. Right, we're just doing it just for the sake of seeing how it is. Right, and I would suggest getting the chance maxed out before the damage, right? Like if you have enough points, because you want the chance to proc all the time, right? The damage won't matter if you don't get the crits out. So just get as close as you can there. And then whatever power you are, you would work on your rotation. Right, because you don't want to just be like, oh, I just throw random moves out and they do like whatever amount of damage, right? See if they have nice power interactions with each other. See how well they work together. See how much they cost, right? Because eventually you might run out of power, and you're gonna need to do something to supplement that. So I would suggest if you have your heart set on certain powers to also look up some videos. I think what I will do is, because I don't know Quantum too well, is that I'll have to do a little bit of research myself and see what gels well together. But you would run around this map, guys, and do the missions here. We're not going to do too many of them. Or we're not going to do any of them, actually. Because we're kind of just discussing what you should do. So you can also always come into the event and start leveling up and getting the gear here. Keep in mind you will need to actually hit this CR to get this gear. But you can grab like the lower level gear and get the feet out the way if you just plan on being free to play the whole time and you're not like quite there yet. And you would come here every day because these are your dailies, guys. You come here every day and grab all the missions here. And then that will be basically it for this part of the DLC. There's the summer seasonal, guys. I think you can hit that when you're like level 20 or so. Don't worry about that. Uh, the omnibus. Let's see if we can talk to someone and get that going. Excuse me, guys. You'll have to excuse like some of this gameplay because this is like the first time in a long time I've had someone leveled up from scratch, right? I haven't been like playing all level 30 in a long, long time myself, so we're kind of both figuring this out as we go along. Well, there's welcome to the watchtower, right? But that's something we don't got to worry about. Here we go. So this Argus on duty. Open up the on duty menu and queue for a solo run. Right, so I guess you would just follow that real quick and just kind of like do that. So queue for a solo run. Anyone will do, I believe. Need something quick. We'll do the Monarch playing card, right? Uh, Very quickly before we do start, basically the solos are like instances you've been in before. More than likely you've seen them. They're just a little bit more difficult. They're scaled up to your current CR, and you just do what you did before. Basically, they're all straightforward. You just get in there and you kill. You beat the enemies. You do the damage. More than likely, what it's going to do is going to ask us to also do like a duo and then do like 4-player event. I mean, a 4-player alert. I'm so sorry. I forgot to listen to this stupid box here. I don't think you have to let this one in particular finish, right? You can just kind of let it go. Well, unless I'm dead wrong about that. I know you have to stand here. When you stand here, this opens up on the wall. It looks like there are some robots peppered out through here. So it's a slightly harder version of what you've done before. It shouldn't be too bad. They do give you a little bit of gear. Unfortunately, enemies can get pretty annoying. There's no real rhyme or reason to them. They just kind of do what they feel like doing a lot of the time. Don't forget, if you haven't done it yet, this person, when he sees us, he tries to run to this robot over here. This madcap. And he tries to activate it. If you haven't done it before, right? And as long as he doesn't touch that robot, you do get a feat out of it. Can I not break this? There you go. For this riddle, if this is your first time doing it, say you were a different manner. Remember, it's center, left, right. In that order: center, left, right. Pretty easy. You do have to wait for the Riddler to finish talking. Just kind of the annoying part. Remember, center, left, right. And if you get it wrong, basically, I think some enemies will come out and try to beat you up. You get a fee for getting it right the first time, I believe. You know, without messing up. It's all par for the course, guys. You just talk to Riddler, the boss is going to drop down, you beat the boss. It is Deathstroke, and sometimes he does drop his chest piece. So if you like his chest piece in the game, the one he's wearing specifically here, you can farm him over and over again, right? Just fight him over and over, and he has a chance to drop it still, I believe. And he does have more health than, you know, than your solos, a regular leveling up process. So keep that in mind, guys. If you have a shield, pop your shield. Keep yourself protected. If you don't kill him fast enough, he does come over here and he tries to get a rifle. And he will start lobbing grenades at you. There you go, guys. You get some gear. You do have to wait for him to finish talking, guys. I know it's a very slow part. And you should be done with that. Scoreboard will pop up at the end. That doesn't really mean much unless you're in an alert and you're like number chasing. Don't worry about it too much. For some reason he doesn't leave, he just kind of stands there. We'll let that go. Now that was my fault, guys. I totally realized that I should probably use the quick play like they said. Right, I think that is in the journal. We had to use quick play, which if you're watching right now, oops. But the quick play, what they call it is the omnibus. The omnibus is the quick play, guys. So open up your menu here. You're on duty. You can see it says quick play right here, right? And you pick omnibus. Solos. I didn't read what that was, so I guess we'll see it. It should be random, a random solo. Yes. So more than likely we'll do this, and then we'll queue up the because I believe it's gonna make us go in order. We're gonna do a solo, a duo, and a 4-man, and then probably a raid. So if you've been watching me, we did do this mission, you know, as we did our leveling journey. And it's all straightforward stuff still, you just basically just kill everything. There's not really any mechanics to these solos. Nothing you would need to worry about. Unfortunately, you do have to sit here and watch all these cutscenes play out, which I guess can be pretty annoying. Well, they are pretty annoying, especially if you watch them a million times already. You can see I'm getting some Nth medals and things like that. Just keep all those on you, keep all those with you. Don't get rid of them. You're gonna need them for your artifacts. Don't forget to like pour them into the artifacts you're using. You can see the computer's a little smooth brain sometimes. You just repeat what you've done before, guys. I know it's not too thrilling. But there you have it. Really not much to it, guys. And we'll talk about augments and stuff like that. I'm not even sure if they introduced it to us. In our leveling process. I feel like they didn't. Although I might have missed it with the Welcome to the Watchtower tour. So, if anything, that was my fault, guys. I do apologize for that. But it's okay. And like I said, it's all par for the course. If you've done it before, you already know what to do here. It's just they have a little bit more health, pretty much. And they hit a little harder, you know. But you shouldn't have too much of a problem. If you're level 30 already, you should have a pretty good grasp on what you're doing. Combat-wise, at least. That actually confused me. I thought my move glitched out and got stuck in there. I guess I had a smooth brain moment myself right there. And just because the demon's here, I guess we'll take care of it. We're not gonna leave this guy to die. There you go. And unfortunately, you do have to wait for the dialogue again, like I said. I guess you can enjoy Zatanna. Right, they did do a lot of work updating her. There she is, guys. There's the stalkings. You like the stalkings? There's the butt. Like the butt. And there you go. Can enjoy her. I forgot how she looked the first year. It's been a while. Unfortunately, they decided to redesign a lot of the characters with their new 52 style, which honestly doesn't look too good. Not a fan of it. So you see a lot of the models look off, like they'll like give them the movie appearance or their new 52, right? Or they were updated at the time for their current look. They should have kept them a little bit more, a little classical, I would have said, but up to them, guys. I had no control over it. And if you're getting low on life, there is a health barrel back here. Technically, we are still in combat, so I'm gonna have to bust this one. Unfortunately. Guys, after you finish this solo, like I said, guys, I'm pretty sure it's gonna make us use the omnibus because that's what they want us to do these days, right? So I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to do a duo. That was my fault. I got caught for that. And a 4-player alert. So we'll just go down the list of that. Try to pick stuff that's either damage. I would say stick to the damage stuff as best you can. And you can see it goes in increments, right? So it'll slowly get you to tier 2. And then, you know, the tier 2 stuff will slowly get you to tier 3 and so on and so on.
Like a raven, I am an omen of darkness. Through me, Brother Blood has unleashed a dark and brutal evil onto this plane.
I guess we didn't see this before, so we're gonna let it play.
Not even the Titans or our allies can stop the demon Trigon from rising. He is an evil that has destroyed 10,000 worlds, and we are next. For this monster Trigon.
That is Raven's classic costume, pretty much. And there you go, we did get the School of Hard Knocks, so if you're like feat hunting, right, you could check your feats, see what you got. So without using any sodas or dying, using any supercharges, and beating the instance, you're good there. Complete a solo, right, and this all adds up to your feats. Right, you need 100 for a skill point. You're gonna need a lot of skill points, by the way, guys. Don't get confused when you see stat points, right, because they're used for everything, right? You can see they're used to unlock your weapon combos, they unlock other weapons. They're used for your super speed, right? When they say stat points, it means skill points and stat points, right? They're all the same. They mean all the same thing. And we're gonna see what the next step is. I believe, like I said before, it's gonna be to queue up for a duo. Oh, okay. So I guess we'll check out what a Tempest Fusionaut has for us. And we have some stuff we can buy with the source marks. You can see it slowly goes up in cost, right? Oh wow, not even in cost. I guess so. I'll stand corrected. Right, you will go to Fusionaut to buy the gear. Like I said, we're all learning together, right? So you get the gear from the Fusionaut, right? This looks like a set slightly better than what we have already. And then it wants you to talk to the Harbinger, which I believe... Oh, we got important right to her, guys. We'll just see what she has to say. Oh, they have a whole list of stuff for us to do. Okay. Oh no, what happened to all the stuff? What happened to all the stuff? Let's see if we have House of Legends stuff here. There we go. So we have Lady in Waiting. We have to talk to Lady Shiva. they want us to do this stuff over here, right? And as you can see, all this stuff is like level 30, right? So we could do birdcage, we can do omega and alpha. This stuff is 350, so we have to be 350 for that. So there's a whole list of stuff for us to do. I think we'll just talk to Lady Shiva real quick. Since we're like in the House of Legends and it's kind of directing us there. I would stress if you're at a complete loss to basically, you know, if you're at a complete loss and you're new, open the omnibus and start doing like solos and duos and things like that. Especially when they ask you to do it. And it said we had something here, right? But it doesn't seem like they gave it to us right away. Ah, Demon's Head. So you were queued up for the Demon's Head, guys, right? There is a lot of stuff to do. If you're super new and you don't know what to do, I would say come to the House of Legends, talk to Steve Trevor. We're kind of summarizing what we would need to do. House of Legends, come talk to Steve Trevor. They'll have some missions for you to do in the omnibus. Once you do that, you talk to him again, and then they'll direct you towards Tempest Fusion up, and then that'll direct you towards the Harbinger, and then that'll direct you towards here. Hopefully, watching my gameplay along with it helps you understand a little bit more, right? And it just opens up more and more things for you to do. We're not going to do it all today. We're probably going to wrap the stream up pretty early here. And when I stream tomorrow, we could talk about like having proper loadouts and being ready for things, and possibly talk about our augments, because I think they kind of just gave us all these augments, but we didn't do anything with them. And augments do play a role in your damage dealing and in your side rolls, right? Your healing and your tanking and whatnot. So we will talk about that tomorrow, guys. Right now, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. For the meantime. I will come back at 8 with the main stream, the Diablo 2 stream, guys. Guys, if you like what you see, feel free to give me a follow. We do play daily, guys, on the weekdays mostly. The daytime streams are at 12 p.m. Eastern time. More than likely than not, I do pepper in like other streams during the day if I'm kind of bored, so you can stay tuned for that. We kind of just play what we want. Right now, the daytime streams are DC Universe for newer players and for people who don't know what they're doing, or just kind of need a little bit of help in the right direction, guys. Feel free to ask me anything. I'll answer the best that I can. If you're watching it on YouTube, like I said, feel free to ask me anything. Just leave a comment there. We are looking for league mates and new league members, guys. If you're on Xbox and you're a hero and you want to join a league, this is a pretty chill league, guys. Pretty relaxed. We just need people to keep the lights on, basically, right? We need the amenity points and stuff like that. We try to do like raids and content like every weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I do have a couple of league mates that log on like almost daily, and we try to get our dailies done as well. Run the alerts and stuff like that. So if you guys want to join a league, feel free to let me know. You have to be on Xbox, you have to be a hero. I do monitor the league, guys, so no funny business, because I will find you. So just be aware of that. And guys, thank you so much. I hope to see you later on tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. I will be putting up another video more than likely tomorrow at some time. If you have a comment or a question or anything like that, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much, guys. I will leave it at that. I hope to see you guys later. Keep playing video games, guys. I'll see you next time. Uh-oh. What am I doing in here?